It is morning in Los Angeles and it is morning in America. I am your host, Casey Phoenix, and this is my morning political thought. All right, so housekeeping. For some of those who may not know, housekeeping is just me telling some social media stuff and then, of course, some side news stories in addition to the main news story that I decided to discuss in my morning political thought. All right. So, thepurpleelephantshow.com is the main podcasting platform. The Morning Political Thought is a supplement to The Purple Elephant Show, which is a weekend show. Hopefully, you caught the episodes that I uploaded this past weekend. I discussed California. I discussed something else. I don't remember. All my episodes, I do so many episodes because I have two channels. Everything just runs together. But, anyways, the Purple Elephant Show on Instagram, The Purple Elephant Show on Parler, so we can parlay, at Real TPES on Twitter, and the Facebook.com/ The Purple Elephant Show. If you're watching this on YouTube or Daily Motion, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and then you will know when I upload new videos. All right, got that part out the way. On to the news. The first thing is that the DOJ has decided to classify Portland, New York, and Seattle, those three, as anarchist jurisdictions. Because of that, now the federal government is looking to cut federal funds to those cities because they are, in the federal government's eyes, and rightly so, what the federal government is saying is very true. They are promoting anarchy. And because they are promoting anarchy, they are looking to cut their funds now. So hopefully that will get those cities' attention. Now, of course, the cities are going to try and sue, and then it'll go to the courts and yada, 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 and all that other stuff. All right, we're going to move that little story to the side. Other story with Iran. The United States is in the process of trying to put more sanctions on Iran. They were doing the snapback, which was in the agreement. However, a lot of the allies of the United States are saying, hey, you withdrew from the JCPOA, which, for those who don't know, JCPOA was the deal that President Obama did and John Kerry did with Iran, which is the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. And President Trump is like, this deal sucks. We're not going to be part of it. And because we withdrew from it, the Europeans and everyone else is saying, well, you withdrew from the deal. You can't really do a snapback if you withdrew from the deal. So all of the allies of the United States aren't really on board with putting sanctions back on Iran. In my personal opinion, it isn't about whether the United States withdrew from the deal. It's about them making money from Iran. Because when the deal was put in place, certain agreements, business agreements and business deals were done afterwards with Iran and other countries. And those countries don't want to cut off that supply of money. Even though Iran's GDP sucks right now and everything else is kind of in free fall, they still don't want to cut off what little bit of financial relationship they do have with Iran. I don't know. Make it make sense. Also, another little side news thing. People have been prosecuted in the state of North Carolina. Non-citizens for voting. Over a dozen people were prosecuted. They know that it's an issue in North Carolina as well as other parts of the United States, but it feels like people aren't taking it seriously. But with them bringing that up, this is something that we already know. We already know that non-citizens are voting. I live in California. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that non-citizens vote. And we have issues with voting. As I mentioned before, Judicial Watch found that over 1 million people were on the voter rolls here in California that should not have been on the voter rolls. And you can look that up as well via Judicial Watch. And they help get those million names off of the voter rolls. So that's done. And I feel like there was something else in the news that I wanted to throw out there as a side news thing, but it's not coming to me right now. Because like I said, I do most of my stuff from memory. It's not coming to me right now, so I'll go ahead and get straight to the morning political thought. All right. I would be very surprised if President Trump picks Barbara Lagoa. I feel like he is doing his Trump thing. And for those who have followed President Trump, they know that he always says, "Oh yeah, we're considering doing that," and then he goes in a totally different direction. And I feel like he's trying to psych people out. I really do. Everyone, you have Republicans saying, "Oh well, if he nominates Barbara Lagoa, he'll definitely win Florida." Let's come a little bit closer. I'm about to tell you something. First of all, President Trump doesn't need to do anything extra to gain more support in Florida. President Trump's support in Florida is on a very large level. When he ran in the primaries, he beat a sitting senator and a former governor of Florida. He beat both of them. He beat Marco Rubio. He beat Jeb Bush. And mind you, Jeb Bush was very well funded, and the former governor. And actually, Florida liked Jeb Bush. Marco, not so much. But Florida liked Jeb Bush, but they didn't vote for him in the primary. President Trump's support in Florida is off the charts. The enthusiasm is off the charts. When Ron DeSantis was down more than 10 points when he was running for governor of Florida, which, by the way, Florida, if anybody in Florida is listening, you know you dodged the bullet because now more stuff is coming out about Andrew Gillum, but these are minor details. You dodged the bullet. But when Ron DeSantis was down more than 10 points, after President Trump endorsed him and campaigned for him, Ron DeSantis was able to win in Florida because of President Trump. If President Trump did not endorse Ron DeSantis and campaign for him, Ron DeSantis would not have won the governorship. He wouldn't have won the race. And that's a fact. And Ron DeSantis knows this. Now, Ron DeSantis is very popular in Florida now. He's doing very well. So not only does Florida have a good governor, they have a good governor that's there because President Trump recommended the good governor. And that also makes President Trump look good to say, hey, you put forth the good guy. You didn't just endorse anybody. So that is a win for President Trump too. President Trump's support in Florida, like I said, is off the charts. His support will be off the charts whether he puts Barbara Lagoa up for the Supreme Court nomination or not. Now, this is my thought on this. I wouldn't do it for two reasons. First reason is Marco Rubio recommended her. President Trump and Marco Rubio are cordial, but I don't see them as getting along or him towing the line. Not like Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz has been the good soldier. And if anybody on that list that President Trump has, I bet you none of them are more qualified than Ted Cruz. And like I said, I don't like Ted Cruz. However, Ted Cruz has been a good soldier. And when it comes to a legal mind, even the people who dislike him respect his intellect on a legal level. So I wish he could nominate Ted Cruz if they had more seats in the Senate and all that stuff, and put Ted Cruz up and put Ted Cruz on the court, because Ted Cruz is a constitutionalist and he is a very good legal mind. Regardless of how you may feel about him as a person, Ted Cruz is legally brilliant. When it comes to legal concepts, the stuff that it is harder for people to comprehend and assess and articulate, Ted Cruz does it with ease. And I give him credit for that, even though I don't like him as a person. I also give him credit for being the good soldier and falling in line after President Trump won the presidency. So I give him credit for that too. But as a person, I don't care for him. But as a Supreme Court justice, I nominate him in a minute. I would say put him on the court because he's amazing when it comes to legal stuff. Now, with Marco Rubio, I don't think that bad blood is gone. I just don't. I think there's still bad blood there. So if Marco Rubio is recommending her, I'd be kind of hesitant. The other thing that would make me hesitant, the person who put her on the bench was Jeb Bush, who originally put her on the bench in Florida, was Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush was the one who nominated her. Now, I don't know if people have been keeping track of some of the decisions that have been coming from the Supreme Court, but in some of these decisions, Justice Roberts has been ruling pretty much against President Trump. Who put Justice Roberts on the bench? George Bush. There is no way anyone can convince me differently that the Bushes don't have a little something there with that. You can't tell me that there isn't something there if you dig deep enough. There has to be something there, just a little bit. It's odd that Roberts has been ruling against President Trump on some of these cases that have come before the Supreme Court, where everybody on the right and conservatives are like, what the hell is going on here? So with Barbara Lagoa being put on the bench in Florida by Jeb Bush, and we know there is bad blood between Jeb Bush and President Trump to this day. The Bushes do not, well, just all of the Bushes, they don't like President Trump because of what happened to Jeb. Period. So I don't think President Trump would take that chance. I would be very surprised. And I feel like President Trump keeps bringing her name up in passing to get the media to be like, oh yeah, he's going to pick her. He's going to pick her. He's going to pick her. Like he has done with things in the past where he brings up something and then he goes in a totally different direction. That's how I feel with this. Now, he very well could pick her. I could be totally wrong, but I would be very surprised if he did. And if he does pick her, I'm calling it right now. Don't be surprised if she starts siding with Roberts on some things. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised. So just, if he picks her, buckle up and get ready. Yeah. With her knowing the Bushes, I wouldn't trust it for a second. And then also with Marco Rubio recommending her too, I wouldn't trust it for a second. But if I were President Trump, I'd act like I was interested. I keep floating her name out in front of the media, but then I go in a totally different direction. So, and my personal choice would be Ted Cruz. That is my personal choice. But I'm not president, so that's how that works. Anyways, that is my morning political thought today. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget that you can listen to the podcast of all the episodes. Shout out to everyone on BitChute. Thank you for listening to the episodes I've been uploading. I know that the back catalog has not been uploaded yet. You can listen to all the episodes at thepurpleelephantshow.com, or you can go to YouTube or Daily Motion, type in The Purple Elephant Show, and you can see episodes there as well. The Purple Elephant Show on Instagram, on Parler, so we can parlay, on Twitter, at RealTPES. And that is all I have this morning. Until next time, be blessed.